I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is a review for Drone Hunter VR by Barefoot Gaming. Time to use my military voice. In 2016, the NASA space probes identified a fleet of alien ships heading towards Earth. World leaders have determined that the approaching fleet are sinister in nature. In response to this global crisis, the US military was forced to disclose a top-secret military project they had created during the Cold War. The DH-125 is a military defense robot that is unique in that it contains alien components retrieved from the Roswell crash in 1947, and it is the only weapon we have to defend our planet. Are you the one who will lead us to victory? Do you have the skills to defend our planet? And more importantly, let's find out if this game is actually worth your time. Alright, so that was Drone Hunter VR by
Vizio VR.
It's a wave shooter, and there's two modes. There is survival, and there's arcade mode.
In survival mode, you're just encountering wave after wave after wave of these robots flying at you. And some of them have shields on them, some of them don't. And in the other version, it's still kind of a wave shooter, but there's bosses every 3 to 5 minutes.
So the little drones that are flying around you, there's two ways they can attack you. They've got these lasers, and they've got these rockets that they'll fire at you. And you basically have a little round circle that you're standing on in a satellite up in space, right? You're defending the Earth from this wave after wave of bad guys.
And I like that you can shoot the rockets that are coming at you.
Yeah, it's a really neat feature. There's also power-ups, right? So these guys, when you blow them up, you can get health,
shields, ammo, different spreads, similar to Contra, if you remember Contra.
Something else to point out is the fact that when you're shooting your guns, they overheat really, really quick, and then you can't shoot at all.
You have to wait for them to cool down.
So you really want to not just shoot wildly all over the place, let them get closer, shoot them with single shots. And that changes as you progress, right? Like when your weapons start getting better, then you can fire quicker, you don't have to worry about the overheating.
Yeah.
So in the survival mode, all it is just wave after wave, like Louie was saying. But when you start playing arcade, you get bosses after a certain number of waves. And something I really liked about this was that the bosses are all different.
First one starts off, it flies towards you and you're amazed by its size. You start firing on it and there are certain places that do damage, certain places that don't. That changes from boss to boss. On the third boss, it changes dramatically, and it was basically just filling my entire visor, and I couldn't see anything except the boss. And it was actually really cool and really weird, but I enjoyed it.
It's got really neat voiceover work. The guy does a really good job, whoever's doing the speech that's going on in the background. It's funny, but it's a little repetitive, and it's something that I hope that the developer maybe works on a little bit. They need to add just maybe a couple of more sayings or space it out a little bit more, because I can only hear him telling the aliens to lick his shiny balls so and so many times. If I hear it 10 times in 2 minutes, that's maybe a little bit too much.
Lick my balls made of steel.
So the price on this game is $10.99 Canadian right now. So how many no-leg floaty robots out of 10 would you give this, Louie?
I would give this 7.5 floaty, no-legged robots.
I'm going to give this 6.5, and that is not a bad review. What I'm saying is this thing still has a little bit of room for improvement. From my understanding is the developer is pretty active in this. In fact, they even reached out to us and asked us to do the review. I told them we're only going to do it if you're okay with us being honest, and this is us being brutally honest. It's a good game. The physics feel good. The sound is great. The graphics are fun. The fact that there's different bosses, it's only little things like the fact that the audio is a little repetitive, and I'd like to see a little bit more variation in what's attacking me. Other than that, great game. I would recommend this. That's the review. If you have any questions, feel free to make a comment on the bottom. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't. We're growing and we're trying to get better. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again real soon. See ya.
So we need some papers to shuffle.
Yep, right there. That's good. Okay.